Hello, beloveds. My name is Reverend Crystal Sage. I am the Executive Administrator here at UUSCM, and I'm here with my colleague, Ben Gable, who is co-president. I myself am wearing a black shirt and a gray sweater. I have dangly earrings with crystals in them and a similarly ornate headband that is white with crystals in it. I have brown skin and short black hair. My colleague, Ben Gable, is wearing a purple button-down collared shirt, has on black rimmed glasses with a yellow tint, and has a shortcut, and is an Asian man who uses they them pronouns. He as well. I want to be able to bring you all into our world as the Unitarian University of Community Ministries that is beyond the walls of congregations. But I'm guessing that you're already here because you either do community organizing or you do community ministries and you think that it would benefit from the tools of community organizing. We are going to have an expanded version of this probably in place of this video, somewhere probably in the beginning of June, but we also are going to be having live versions. So we wanted to at least give you all something to think about and to explore in between the time. Our overall cohort is going to still function in a similar way that the cohorts were originally, where there's going to be a program arc that we want to take you on. The first day, we invite you to the on-demand session by Tom Morgan and his organization that is called Justice or Just Us, and it has community ministry tools that will help you in your justice space. Then we'd like for you to come here with us on the second day. Some of the things that we do need to talk about is, well, number one, what is community organizing? Bringing people together for collective liberation, bringing people together to speak truth to power, to find ourselves rooted in this moment, in this time, wherever that is community organizing. That needs to happen in various ways from the people who are community organizers, because we need to make sure that people are where they're supposed to be, know where they're supposed to be, what time are they supposed to be there, will they be able to go to the bathroom when they get there, can they access it if they need accessibility tools to access spaces, are there trauma-informed practices and rituals that we're going to bring to the space to make sure that people are getting the proper aftercare. If we're doing direct action, if we're protesting, what are our rights? Are we using a public space in a proper way? Are we showing up? Are we representing ourselves well in public? Are we going to wear our collars? Are we making sure that we're including people who have limited mobility and need to be in virtual organizing? Are we making sure that we're utilizing our congregations? Are we using our connections to other organizations that strengthen our ability to effectively organize? Those are the types of things that we're going to explore. One of the big things that I do want to note is going to come up is the self-work that has to happen, our allyship. Are there things that we need to unpack on our own in order to remove our bias or to step out of the way of the people who are marginalized and who need to be in a seat? Are we getting in seats and pulling up other people? These are the types of things that we're going to explore through the various resources that we have curated and approved for your use, as well as invite you to share it with us resources that you think should be approved and provided for people for their use. So that does mean that we spend a lot of time creating connections in the work that we normally do, and are inviting people into the space to show you different things based on their lived experience and our commitment to the values that our organization says matter to us. So we have vetted all of our presenters, and they are all friends and connected people with us. And so in a moment, you're going to hear our co-president present you with some more traditional UU affiliated resources, and some that are actually very entrepreneurial in nature. And I'm going to be telling you about some of the more completely entrepreneurial presenters and things that we have to share with you. So the first is that Amber Brown, who does small group ministries, is going to be giving you all 5 essentials for disability organizing, disability justice. I have Reverend Dr. Kiyama Rahman of Sister Source, who provides a safe space for Black, brown, girls, and non-binary folk that is really essential in our faith and also has a component of international connection with our Black UUs that are in Africa. It's really awesome. That is going to be the piece where we talk about our multicultural worship because we often, as community organizers, are still providing ritual and still providing space for people in a public square as well as in public witness to create worshipful experiences. And so, where do you look when you want to find a Black woman reading a poem? Where do you look when you want to find a music that doesn't have God language, or there, where do you go when you want to find it that does? But that's just a better key than than the sopranos in the congregation. So those are the types of things that we're going to show you. We have some recordings from Reverend Kiyama from Sister Source. We have a recording of the Disability Essentials from Amber, and then for myself, I am going to be sharing some tips and tricks for you to do the self work of allyship. I'm going to be sharing with you some of the components of the chaplaincy endorsement process that we offer, which is just a personal thing that I think that would be good for us to talk about in case you all want that long-term support. I'm also going to share a little bit about membership if you all are interested in some of the ways that we become connected as a professional organization strengthens our community organizing because we have an outward focus, and us being able to connect and do the work sometimes gets us indoors where the paperwork can't. We have these really awesome member badges, and that is something that it can be really helpful for us to be able to find ways, even in a professional sense, to do it together. But in a community organizer, there's only one way, and that's together. Only that. So that's what you have to look forward to. I'm going to be continuing to upload handouts. If you come back periodically to this page, there is going to be a Google Drive in the PDF that I'm going to continue to add things as they're ready because I'm pulling resources from completely different areas and topics. The other thing is, as I'm the interim director of the newly formed UU Related Ministries Network, and we do have a recorded workshop that talks about what we've been able to achieve during our time together. And almost every organization that you probably know of as an affiliated ministry to UU is Loretta, Drum, UU social UUSJ, UU for Social Justice, which is our only organization that's serving us on a national level. Sister Source is a part of it. All of that, Loretta is a part of it. All of those that are a part of that network are also providing resources. We created a resource guide through the grant funding that we received this last year. And that is something that I'm going to be showing you all too. So as those things become ready, I'm going to then filter all of our best resources into a Google Drive so that you have places to collect information. What do you do instead of calling the police if you want to in your local area? In your congregation may have outlines for you and they might not. So those types of, how do you create a fragrance-free event? How do you provide chaplaincy and trauma aftercare? Butterfly hug is what this one's called. A 4-count breath, breathe in for 4, hold 4, breathe out for, something you can do after protest. So those are the types of things that I'm going to be filtering into those folders so that if you are not able to meet with us in person or live, then you'll still have those things on Hoover to be able to access. And then I would love to put them somewhere, probably on our website, so that it'll live long term, so that you'll be able to still access them. Indigenous allyship. Do you know how to do a land acknowledgement? Which I'm on the Lenape tribe at the moment. Those are going to be the types of resources that I'm going to put in the folder. So please do come back. And with that, I'm going to yield the floor to Ben to talk more about our other partners that we really, really, really love. Go ahead, Ben. Thank you.
So first of all, community ministry involves a plethora and diversity of different kinds of ministries, including chaplains, spiritual directors, innovators, people serving our marginalized communities and identity-based communities. So here is just a highlight of a few resources that I can share with you that might be helpful in your community ministry. One is the Chaplain Treehouse, led by one of our esteemed colleagues, the Reverend Karen Hutt, and they're a community who understands the unique social locations of chaplains. You can dive into the monthly forest finds, handpicked resources to inspire and empower your practice. And they also know how to do fun and learn how to connect, grow, and find stimulation in a diverse community of professionals who share your dedication and compassion for caregiving. Another resource that you might find helpful is called the UU Spiritual Direction Network. They are a network of folks who are spiritual directors. If that's an area that you're interested in connecting with other UU spiritual um, for spiritual direction, they're helpful resources as well. Another resource is called the UU Religious Innovators Network. The UU Religious Innovators Network is a home for religious innovators, a place where you can find spiritual and practical support for your calling. Its mission is to support innovators of all kinds, especially those who are designing new forms of community for people who are underserved in our typical congregations. Another resource I want to share with you is called the U Entrepreneurial Ministries. It's a consortium of entrepreneurial religious professionals whose vision in our faith is one of shared ministry, covenant, and liberation. They also believe in supporting one another as we serve our faith together. With all of those, you are not alone in ministry. Many of us are also clergy and might need help with our taxes. And then want to highlight one of our colleagues, the Reverend Christian Smith, who leads Chalice Tax, and he's been a member of the clergy since 2013. And I've used Chalice Tax myself as what for my own taxes and to help support those who are doing entrepreneurial ministry. So that's another great source to have is Chalice Tax. Lastly, I want to highlight three identity-based ministries in our faith movement. Folks who are from marginalized communities. One is DRUM, the Diverse Revolutionary Unitarian Universalist Multicultural Ministries. They are the oldest and largest Black, Indigenous, and People of Color collective in Unitarian Universalism. Another identity-based community ministry is called Equal Access. They're Unitarian Universalists serving living with disabilities, our families, friends, and allies coming together for a common purpose. They enable the full engagement of people with disabilities in Unitarian Universalist communities and the broader society. So they're another community identity-based organization. And then finally, there's I want to highlight Trust. The transgender religious professionals, Unitarian Universalists together to serve our trans and non-binary folks. So I hope this would be helpful for a few resources that are available to you. Um, I'm also available to be reached at Unitarian Universalist Society for Community Ministries. We have our first Friday, every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Mountain, 4 p.m. Pacific. We're also planning to launch a monthly program, discerning group for folks who are in the discernment process for ministry, either the entrepreneurial ministries, community ministries, or going the